And now to the Federal Reserve. Of course, every investor wants to know what the second most powerful central banker in the U.S. thinks of the economy and the direction of interest rates. And today, Vice Chair Stanley Fischer shared some thoughts with Steve Liesman.
Among his central banking colleagues, Fed Vice Chairman Stan Fischer has generally been someone who wants to hike interest rates a little bit more and a bit sooner. So it's news to the markets when he says, as he did today in an exclusive CNBC interview, that he's aligned with other Fed members who want to raise rates just twice more this year. With the average forecast of 2 rate hikes this year, does that seem to you to be about right? Should the market prepare for possibly more, possibly fewer?
Well, that seems to me about right. That is to say, that's my forecast as well. I think the risks are more or less balanced.
Part of Fischer's reasoning, the recent failure of the Republican health care bill, which he says has changed his, quote, internal calculus about how much fiscal stimulus can come from Washington this year. He said the Fed is right to wait and see which of the Trump administration's policies are adopted rather than acting preemptively.
It's a sensible thing to do. I mean, you get out there and say, I expect a deficit or of such and such a size and tax cuts of such and such a size. You know, it comes from the administration. It'll go through the Congress. It'll be different than what went in. And I think that's a good way of doing it.
For example, Fischer said tax cuts, if they're enacted, probably won't affect the U.S. economy until 2018 at the earliest. Another reason for the Fed to be cautious about counting on too much growth, the possibility of trade protectionism from the Trump administration.
I'm concerned about the possibility that something that all in all worked very well, which is the policies put in place after World War II and that continued until recently, that worked spectacularly for China. It worked for us. We've been able to buy many, many things that we wouldn't have been able to make had it all been up to us. Mm-hmm. So we benefit from that as well. I'd be concerned if that basic model is overturned.
So Fischer may yet end up being a Fed official who wants to hike more and hike sooner. But he made clear he'll only change his outlook when he's sure the policies are going to change as well. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Steve Liesman in Washington.